Hey grade 10s, let's see how this goes. This is it's new. Um, we'll give it a go. It's some generic feedback for the essay that you're writing at the moment on the causes of the French Revolution. First up, most of you will have had the feedback in your essays that you've submitted for drafts, but these are some points which I think affected most people, if not all. And things to work on if you've not submitted a draft over the next couple of days. Introduction, paragraphs, that kind of thing. When you're writing your essay, could you try to write your main mini answer to the question, what were the causes of the French Revolution, in your opening paragraph? If you put a mini answer in your opening paragraph, when I mark your essay, I know that you've got an opinion and what opinion or line of thought you're going to be trying to keep sustaining through the course of the essay. Your main cause should be outlined, and then your first paragraph proper, that cause should be examined most closely. So if you think, for example, that the Ancien regime and the system of government that Louis and Marie Antoinette had in place in France is the main cause of the revolution, then in your first paragraph, that will be what you focus on, and you will give evidence, you will research, and you will put extra information in above and beyond what you already know from your class notes. That's something which I've not found yet. I want to find stuff in your essays which I've not told you. I don't want to have a rehash of class notes. Excuse me. Themes, right. In history essays, we want to see names. Wouldn't mind seeing dates. History happens at times because people do certain things. So in the course of your essay, tell me what those people do and what the significance of their actions is. So if you've written about the finances and not mentioned Necker, for example, there's probably a gap in your argument. If you've written about the monarchy and not mentioned Louis or Marie Antoinette as the Queen, there's probably a gap in your essay. So think about those things. I would be expecting paragraphs detailing the following things. I'd say King and Queen, Ancien regime. I would think the effects of Versailles. I would think the taxation system and the financial problems which France had run into should be in your essay. I would definitely be saying that the whole estate system, first, second, third estate, impacts the bourgeoisie, the problems that the bourgeoisie were having being grouped as the same as a peasant, because that was not very clever. That was not something that the bourgeoisie were particularly proud of. And these guys can read philosophy, they've been educated, they're rich, yet they're lumped in with those, dirt-eating peasants. So that should be something else that's in there. Big events, storming of the Bastille, signing the tennis court oath by the members of the Third Estate, the turning of the clergy, where they join with the Third Estate to say, hey, Louis, let's have a think about what you're doing. All those features, points, aspects should be individually paragraphed in the course of your response, really. Finally, I want to wrap your essay up with a concluding paragraph. A concluding paragraph should once again return to the very start of your essay, that initial introduction where you outline the main point or points that you're going to argue. And you say to me, hey, you remember that first paragraph? Well, I've just given you the details in the course of the essay, and I'm reminding you in my final paragraph of what I was telling you in that first paragraph. So it completes the circle, and you've learned in Mr. Johnson and Mr. Newton in the past the whole structure of an essay, Mr. McPherson as well. Like, you make your point. Can you evidence that point? Can you analyse what that point actually means? And finally, can you link that point to something else? So if you write about tax, the peasants aren't happy, the bourgeoisie aren't happy with paying it. You can then link your next paragraph to those groups of people, why they weren't happy with the taxes. So think about those structures. Like I said, this is a first, right? We'll call it the Keff Academy, all right? And each assignment that you get in modern history and geography, what we'll do a little wrap of a summary, a wrap up, not a wrap, God blimey, a little summary of what should be contained inside of your argument. I can't look at the camera because I'm looking at my notes, alright, so apologies for that, but hopefully if you have a look at this at home, it gives you a few memory joggers that we've talked about in class that you can put into your essay to make it a really, really good piece of work. Hope it's of value. Let me know through your feedback on YouTube. Alright, thanks. See you later.